Your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting makers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Menus, the headlines. OIV urges political parties and other stakeholders to prioritize vote protection. Governance and Development Advocate Zambia urges technocrats to ensure national food security. And at least 10 people die in crash at India Cricket Stadium. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. Operation Young Vote OIV Executive Director Ges Nyirenda has urged political parties and other stakeholders to prioritize vote protection in order to maintain the integrity and credibility of the electoral and democratic processes. Mr. Nyirenda emphasized that vote protection is essential to upholding the will of the people, transcending party interests. He stated that the opposition must ensure that their investment in electoral matters includes the crucial component of vote protection, as this is vital to preserving the integrity and credibility of democratic processes. Mr. Nyirenda noted that protected votes form the foundation of fair, transparent, and credible democratic systems that truly reflect the people's will. He further stressed that ensuring accurate vote counting helps prevent errors, tampering, or manipulation of votes, ensuring that the outcome of elections genuinely reflects the will of the people.
Everyone should be aware that vote protection is essential to upholding the people's will, which transcends political interest. Operation Young Vote would therefore like to urge all stakeholders and political parties, especially those in the opposition, to ensure that their investment in the electoral matters is not devoid of the component of vote protection. We further implore all political parties to take interest and immediate action to invest in vote protection measures, as coming together, collaborating and forming alliances and coalitions is not enough.
The opposition party Zambia Must Prosper has written to the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice, calling for the withdrawal of the proposed amendments to the Constitution of Zambia. Party leader Kelvin Bwaliafuwe says the government's argument that the proposed amendments are non-contentious is unfortunately not a determination that rests solely with the United Party for National Development (UPND) administration or the executive. Mr. Fube added that the claim that some of the proposed amendments have been discussed before and were included in the failed bulletin of 2019 is unfounded and based on the flawed assumption that Zambia's social conditions and population have remained unchanged since 2019. He also argues that the suggestion coming from some quarters of the UPND that no law has been broken because the executive initiated the current proposed amendments is misleading. Mr. Fube states that, with respect, while the argument may seem theoretically valid, in reality it does not reflect the correct legal position. He further asserts that the proposed amendments in Bill number 7 of 2025 seek to undermine a tried and tested legal tradition that provides legitimacy to the constitutional amendment process in Zambia. Governance and Development Advocate Zambia has commended government for unveiling the maize purchasing price for farmers, calling it a positive step in supporting the agricultural sector. Organization Executive Director Elias Mulenga describes the move as a welcome development, adding that the organization appreciates the efforts being made to strengthen Zambia's farming community. He also acknowledges the reduction in fuel prices for the last 3 consecutive months, highlighting that this measure could have a broader impact on the economy, particularly in lowering the cost of living for ordinary citizens. Mr. Mlenga, however, urges technocrats to ensure that these initiatives are effectively implemented so that their benefits reach ordinary Zambians. He specifically hopes to see a reduction in food prices, citing the recent strengthening of the kwacha against the US dollar as a factor that should contribute to economic relief. He expresses confidence that these measures will significantly improve the lives of Zambians, and the organization looks forward to continued collaboration between the government and stakeholders to advance President Hichilema's vision for national development.
We wish to call upon the farmers to ensure that they preserve the maize and strictly sell these maize to food reserve agency, because we only have about 3.6 million tons that has been produced for 2024-2025 seasons. And also technocrats should ensure that they monitor these developments closely so that we don't lag in development.
A high level delegation from the African Development Bank AFDB expressed satisfaction with the quality and maintenance of the infrastructure developed under the AFDB financed infrastructure projects. Recently, a delegation of AFDB visited Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company (LWSC) to assess progress of projects and explore opportunities for further collaboration in Zambia's water and sanitation sector. The delegation, led by Mr. Mchera Chilwa, director of the Water and Sanitation Department, toured several key project sites under the Lusaka Sanitation Program. These included the Matero Fecal Sludge Treatment Plant, household sanitation facilities in George Compound, a sewer pump station, and New Chunga Primary School, which has recently benefited from expanded sanitation infrastructure. The official noted that despite some facilities being over 3 years old, they remained in good condition, highlighting the strength of AFDB's investment and LWSC's operational capacity. At New Chunga Primary School, the delegation saw firsthand how sanitation improvements have transformed the school environment for over 3,000 pupils. Head teacher Binston Tembo explained that prior to the upgrades, the school faced critical sanitation challenges due to an insufficient number of toilets, especially for the 2,500 girls enrolled. He said the installation of dedicated toilet facilities for older girls, including menstrual hygiene friendly designs, has significantly reduced absenteeism. The improved sanitation has also eased pressure on existing infrastructure, ensuring a cleaner and healthier learning environment. Mr. Tembo noted that the introduction of Zambia's free education policy had nearly doubled the school's enrollment, and the additional sanitation facilities have helped maintain a safe space for students. So far, AFDB has financed the construction of more than 2,300 household toilets in Kanyama, the installation of 100 public sanitation facilities, and the laying of nearly 200 kilometers of sewer network. Over 7,800 new household sewer connections have also been provided, along with the development of the Matero Fecal Sludge Treatment Plant. AFDB is also currently funding the integration of the Bauleni water supply system with the Kafue water system to enhance water supply in the area. Communities in high density areas such as Kanyama, Emersdale, Chaisa, George, Chawama, Kaunda Square Stage 1, Matero, and parts of Kafue Road are among the key beneficiaries of the expanded sewer network. Speaking during the visit, Mr. Chilwa reaffirmed the FDB's commitment to Zambia's infrastructure development goals. He said the bank was impressed with the implementation of the Lusaka Sanitation Program (LSP) and is open to supporting further developments not only in Lusaka but also in other towns across the country. He added that as Lusaka continues to face population growth and rapid urbanization, sustained investment by sanitation and water services will be essential to meet increasing demand. LWSC Managing Director Engineer Gili Chiliombwe thanked FDB for its long-standing partnership and emphasized the company's readiness to scale up inclusive and climate-resilient water and sanitation services. This is contained in a statement issued by Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company Public Relations Manager Ruth Mulenga. And in other news trending this evening, the Law Association of Zambia LAS has called for the withdrawal of the Constitution Amendment Bill number 7 of 2025 by government, as it is devoid of stakeholders' involvement and participation as required by the basic tenets of constitutionalism. Health Minister Elijah Muchima has officially opened the new hospital wing at CBF Medical Center, a total investment of over $5 million. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Renowned climate-smart agriculture expert Oliver Bulaya has stated that the floor price announced by the Food Reserve Agency (FRA) is clear, fair, and was anticipated given the current market trends and economic fundamentals in the country. Dr. Bulaya says the prices of agricultural inputs such as fertilizer and seeds have stabilized over the past 2 seasons due to increased investment in local production. He noted that this year's expected bumper harvest has contributed to a reduction in commodity prices. He explained that the announced floor price takes into account input costs as well as subsidies from the Farmer Input Support Program (FISIP), ensuring that farmers will be able to sell their product at a profit. However, he stressed the need for improvement in production levels per unit area, which are currently low, to further enhance profitability for farmers.
This is a very good, indicator in terms of production of these inputs that are very essential in the agricultural sector. So we've seen, the stability of the prices around 10 to 15%, in the past 2 years, which is good, for agriculture. And with this, bumper harvest, that we've attained this year, I think 340 kwacha is good enough not to put through our farmers on a losing side.
Ends the business news, and in foreign news, at least 10 people have been killed in a crash outside the cricket stadium in the Indian city of Bengaluru, which was hosting a victory parade to celebrate their home team's Indian Premier League title win. Thousands of people, young and old, lined the streets on Wednesday to welcome the Royal Challengers Bengaluru's RCB, who beat the Punjab Kings in the IPL cricket final the day before. When the tragedy struck, the gates of the stadium were not even opened, but there were so many people trying to push through a small gate that the stampede took place, an official said. And in sports news, the Football Association of Zambia (FAS) is saddened to learn of the death of Mrs. Florence Mulenga, the wife of football legend Changa Chaiwa, the mother to Switzerland-based Polo Polo star Miguel Chaiwa. Mrs. Chaiwa died on Tuesday evening at the Minasoko Military Hospital after a long battle with cancer. First President Keith Mwemba says the football family stands with the Chaiwa family in their moment of grief. The funeral gathering is in Motero Township with details for the funeral expected to be unveiled later. And the evening weather report, the evening is clear, windy at times, and mild. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Operation Young Vote OIV Executive Director Ges Nurenda has urged political parties and other stakeholders to prioritize vote protection in order to maintain the integrity and credibility of the electoral and democratic processes. Governance and Development Advocate Zambia has commended government for unveiling the maize price purchasing price for farmers, calling it a positive step in supporting the agricultural sector. And finally, at least 10 people have been killed in a crash outside the cricket stadium in the Indian city of Bengaluru, which was hosting a victory parade to celebrate the home team's Indian Premier League title win. For more news, follow us on Facebook and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Word of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.